welcome to UI Path Together Amsterdam. We hope you enjoy the event today.
Yeah, for sure.
So could you just introduce yourself and tell us a bit more about Valcon?
Yeah, of course I can. So Valcon is a premium consulting company in Northwestern Europe. We're based in the Netherlands, in Germany, UK, and in Scandinavia. And we have also a nearshore team in Croatia. We focus on premium consulting for technology, data and business consulting. And we cover operational strategy until implementation. We do that by weaving together our capabilities and by ensuring that we always focus on the value of our company and of our customers. Valcon is an acronym for Value Consulting, and that's everything. In everything we do, we take that into account. My name is Maarten Nelissen. I'm a director at Valcon and I'm capability lead for RPA capability. Our RPA capability is like 20 people large. We have highly skilled people and we cover everything from implementation of RPA within our customers, from ID until actually running the center excellences and building the robots.
What are your typical client questions or challenges that you encounter?
Yeah, good question. I think we see multiple issues and challenges at our customers when implementing RPA. They're actually quite a big range. So on the one hand, we see customers that focus too much on the short-term value, too much on creating simple robots, point solutions, without having a bigger picture in mind, without having a vision for automation. We see that when scaling, they come into troubles because they didn't think about how to set up the architecture, how to set up the governance around it, and they start having trouble with managing their robots and managing their environment. On the other hand, we have also customers who actually take it too far. They go towards having a big design up front, trying to figure out everything they can on what can ever go wrong, and spend a lot of money in setting something up without actually building robots. So they don't get the actual value, and then the RPA team is getting the task to earn back the initial investment, and that task is often too big. So we see that you need to meet in the middle. You need to try to find a spot where you have a really good vision, but start creating value right from the start. While making sure that you build something that is lasting, that you can iterate on. That's one part of the challenges we see. On the other side, we see often that when implementing a technology like RPA, people see it as a technology implementation. But it's much more a people implementation. You have to be really focused on how it will resonate at the people at your customer. How it will resonate at the business, but also at IT side. So on the business side, we often see they like RPA because it's really visual. So when they see the technology, they start thinking everything is a robot. We can robotize everything, even if it's maybe not the best solution. On the other side, at the IT department, they often see RPA as not a really lasting and long-term solution. So they try to keep it small, and they forget that there's a lot of potential that they don't take advantage of. Mm-hmm. Actually, by bringing these two worlds together and showing their perspective, I think we can build something really nice. The last and also maybe a really big issue is that a lot of our customers have quite rigid procedures and quite a traditional view on IT. While RPA is something which can deliver value in weeks, often the procedures, the things they have to do to get a robot approved are taking months. So where's the value then? So I think it's really crucial to start also changing these procedures and to make sure that the way you look at RPA, the way you look at automation, matches the procedures you're applying to it. I think that's one of a few of the challenges we see which are really important.
Yeah. And in your opinion, what are the key success factors in building the RPA capability?
Yeah, again, a good question, of course. I think we have three. First of all, make sure you have an end-to-end value chain. I think we believe successfully implementing RPA is something which is much more than only a technology challenge. So you have to put in people, process and technology in order to make it a success. The second part is a pragmatic, no-nonsense approach, ensuring that you have a vision, but you start delivering value right from the start. We do not follow a methodology blindly. We make sure that we get things done and we start creating value right from the start. And the third one we often mention is working together, side by side with the client. Sitting there together with the business, together with IT, bringing them together in one room in order to ensure that it's a joint success and it's a joint adventure we walk on. I think these are the three key success factors I wanted to mention here.
And you mentioned a pragmatic approach. What does this mean in practice?
Yeah, I think what's important is that you show success. You start creating adoption within the company on all levels. So on boardroom level, but also on the work floor level. By creating robots, by showing what they do, by actually showing what value they bring, you start getting people involved. You start creating a view on RPA, a view on automation that it's actually going to bring a lot of value. If you don't deliver success, if you don't start creating robots, people will going to say, okay, what is it RPA? Why are we spending this much money? I don't believe in it. By showing it, you can ensure that it's actually being adopted.
And how do you foster a broad adoption of RPA?
I think within technology implementation, change management is one of the most important aspects of a technology implementation. We do that by making it a co-creation environment. We tend to bring stakeholders from all sides of the business together in a room and start building the future together. We set up the processes, we set up the architecture, we together find automation opportunities. We do it as a team, and thereby we ensure that there is ownership within the company. And by showing what it does and by showing people that they don't have to be afraid of RPA. We ensure that it's adopted, and we ensure that people are actually coming to us with ideas and are actually trying to also convince other people within the company to also apply automation to their processes.
What do you see as the next step for RPA?
For us, the next steps is really to look at automation from a holistic view. So taking an end-to-end process, looking at the process, trying to see what steps are in there, and trying to apply the right technology for the right step in order to get a maximum automation grade within that value chain. I think there are a couple of things that are important. Companies are still learning how to apply RPA and how to best organize to maximize the value. While learning from that, the processes get much more efficient. The going from idea to go live is getting shorter and shorter. Therefore, also the smaller tasks, the activities, can be automated and bring value. On the other side, we see that new technologies like deep learning, AI, document understanding, bring a lot of extra possibilities to automation. What we often see is that these new technologies are not yet good fitted into the process of the customer, and by adding RPA, we can actually embed these processes, these automations within the process of the customer. So on one side, smaller, easier, shorter tasks. On the other side, more difficult and more intelligent automations. Bringing those together, you can actually automate an entire value chain and maximize the value of RPA. I think that's where it's going, and I think the term is hyper-automation for that.
Thank you for your time, and we hope you enjoy the event.
Yeah, I will. It was really nice, and I like to see all the speakers, and also interesting to see the product booth. So really nice to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.